Good morning, y'all. Happy New Year. Maybe I'm crunk off of way too much Mountain Dew. I had enough that would fucking kill a horse, but here I am. I drank so much of it that I straight up started singing The Hills Are Alive with the sound of music the second I started waking up. I was in a beautiful mood. But I can tell it's also just caffeine filled delusion, with also a tinge of anger because I opened up Instagram not on the app because my goal is to use that app less and give less of a fuck who messages me. But I got mad because my explore page like refreshed on its own the second I clicked on the little, explore tab, and it had a bunch of beautiful women that I wanted to see, but the next thing you know it just like vanished. I was hella pissed. I know that's like such a first world problem. It's like, yippee, I woke up on an early beautiful morning with functioning amounts of dopamine and serotonin, like nice and cozy under some blankets, not disturbed, with four walls around me, totally comfortable and happy, and feeling a love for life and a vigor and an energy that is very much needed. And here I am, a little sad because I don't know, some fucking video of Yasmin Gary, the model, and like a few other cool, sexy ladies from the 50s with outfits I loved. I didn't get to screenshot in time for yet another useless screenshot on my phone I wouldn't show anybody. Womp womp. Anyway, I'm a bit hopped up on caffeine. I'm gonna say this. Freaky white boys are the best. If you're ever like, why do you date white boys? There's a lot of reasons to that. There's a lot of reasons for that. It's like, you know what? It's like, I just simply just told myself from a young age, which demographic seems like they would most likely, like, pay for everything and buy me a house in the hills one day. Gotcha! Got it. And I said most likely, as in like undeniable, like it's in there, But don't worry, there's other demographics that do that too. But here's the next part: which ones also have like the most interesting bandwidth in terms of like mental health and mental instability? I don't know how to explain it, but like white families, it's like they don't want to admit they're crazy, but they accept that they're crazy. They just will never actually be out loud with it. Because I kind of like families and people that are a little bit mentally unstable. And also, yeah, actually, no, that's all I need to say. Like, if you're a crazy ass bitch and you want to be accepted, date a white dude. Because you'll say some shit like, oh my god, I fucking hate my life and I just hate my mom so much I want to kill her. They'll just be like, same. Ditto. They won't even bat an eye. Like, they'll just say it like full on as they're playing Elden Ring. They will not give a fuck. And nerdy white boys, they keep their ass inside. You don't have to worry about what the fuck they're doing because they're inside all the time. You know what to expect them doing. You'll just kind of message them and you'll be like, hey babe, what's up? And it's like, oh yeah, I'm just in the crib. And they'll just be, I don't know, looking at their collectibles that they got from fucking Patreon for Marvels vs. Zombies, the board game. Or they're gonna be just fucking collecting, I don't know, Resident Evil comic books. And before you shit on me, they actually do make Resident Evil comic books. The reason I know that is because this one half white, half Latino guy I was dating for on and off for like a year, I remember one time he fucked me with the force of 1,000 suns, and as I was still like orgasming and like so hard that my whole body was like twitching on some possessed shit. Like when I came to, my eyes rolled from behind my scalp, and my vision started to unblur. I saw this fucking white ass nigga sitting in front of me, and he started flexing all of his fucking collectible mint condition Resident Evil comic books, and flexing that shit like how a rapper flexes money. And he just was like, oh my god, yeah, I got these from this really rare collection. It was super, like, I got them for a great deal too. Like, they were really expensive on eBay, but this guy was selling them for like they usually can be like $400. I got them for 200. It was amazing. I love that shit. Oh, so I'm gonna make this joke, but just know it's a joke. It's like, it's not a dick, don't take it hard. If you do not have ass, go for a white guy. Or like, I have ass, but I'm like, it like, how do I put this? I remember one summer I was eating like nonstop birria tacos with avocado and sour cream, but I also worked at a soul food restaurant and I had hella sweet potatoes and yams and black eyed peas and red beans and rice and collard greens. Like, I was really protein maxing like a motherfucker. And boy oh boy, my ass swiveled when I walked. I swear to God. And it's like, it was nice that it came back, but I'm just saying, white men do not give a single fuck. They don't give a fuck. Like, even at my absolute boniest, I have dated white dudes and they have like taken off my skirt and they've been like, like the scream from Edward Munch or whatever. They munch on something. I got a nigga named Edward munching on something. They don't give a fuck. Niggas love flapjacks in this his house. They will eat the fuck out of a crepe cake. Like it's so surreal. It's so surreal. Like, do you know how weird it is to be like? Because imagine you're like a 17-year-old, 18-year-old. You know, you're like, huh, I'm not eating that much. So my thighs are super, super slim and skinny, but they remind me of an anime girl. So I guess that's cool. And how about the back door? I guess I can wear mini skirts without having to worry about, I don't know, bending over and getting catcalled. It hurts when I sit down, but then just know there is a white man out there who will take off your skirt and just act like it's a full eclipse of ass just like taking over his world. He'll be like, "Holy shit, you're so fucking thick. You have so much ass. What the fuck?" And they'll act like the whole fucking life has changed. Like, nigga, it's like, just wait until I get like a proper calorie intake. I swear to fucking god. Also, I'm gonna say it. I feel like I meet really freaky ass white dudes, and it's just like, but it's like, I don't know. There's factors to it. I'll put it this way. Uh, I hooked up with a guy this Christmas, and let's just say he didn't give a fuck about the conditions of anywhere on my butt. He had a fetish for that, and it was funny. I remember as I was like, I don't usually do this. I usually shower first thing in the morning, but we liked each other so much that we were like, hey, let's meet like just damn near at the crack of dawn. Let's meet at like 8:30 a.m. So I took a really nice everything shower the night before, used all my lotions and oils, made it super special. But when I woke up, I guess like I overslept, and then I was in a rush, and plus I was nervous and getting cold feet, and I just was like, holy fucking shit, I'm sweating. Oh no, and where's my deodorant? This is gonna be so bad. I hope he can forgive me, but we're gonna be at the hotel at the midway point of the day. Maybe he can forgive me if he knows that I'm not naturally this musty. And guess what? I met for that date. This man was on me like a motherfucking cat in heat. It was as if I was catnip myself in human form. He just would like full on in public. They don't give a fuck. Stroking his face against mine. And then sniff like I remember he went in for a hug, and I just heard a and I just thought to myself, he must really hate this smell, or is he doing what I think he's doing? And then he didn't let go of me. If anything, several times during conversations or at random, he would just fully like hug me from behind, bend down into my neck or damn near my armpit area, and just fully. And eventually, I just kind of I don't want to get too TMI with it. Let's just say your girl was on her period, and other things happened as well. And he was still sniffing me in any area you can imagine. And I just had to be like, do you happen to have a stink kink? And he was like, I didn't know there was a name for it. But I mean, no. And I said, I think you do, yes. That's literally what that is. But I don't know. He also claimed that he also was just really attracted to my natural scent. And it's like, okay, sure. The thing about, and also it's like, how do I put this? Sometimes to get certain outcomes, you need to accept certain things. So I'm going to say it, white men do not have very good hygiene. They don't. They don't. They really don't. Like, sometimes you'll have to deal with it. It's like, okay, this dude's teeth is like, oh, like some of his teeth are kind of like dandelion yellow in the corners at some point. But you aren't going to be thinking about his teeth when his tongue is all the way deep to the fucking hilt in your body in both holes. Like, I remember at some point, like on like day 2 of our 5-day hangout, I asked him, I was like, hey, did you wash your hands after using the bathroom? And then he just straight up was like, my entire tongue was in your asshole. You can't tell me shit. You cannot tell me shit. And it's like, okay, fuck, shut the fuck. It's like still ew, but like, whatever. And also, I remember it was the funniest shit. Let's just say there was something involving a mirror and some head. And let's just say he knew I was on my period, and he still chose to do it. Like, that was wild. Do you know how wild it is to watch a man just, like, because it's like, it wasn't like day 5 of the period, which just like a little blood. Anyway, I'm talking like, it was day 1, day 2 levels of like, floodage. And I saw this nigga just straight up accept it all onto his tongue. All of it. Just all of it. He was slurping that shit up and chugging it like it was motherfucking IHOP strawberry syrup. Like, with ease. He didn't even flinch. Like, the second it hit his tongue, it damn near vanished. And more came, it vanished just as quick. He was slurping that shit down. That's not very hygienic. I remember, like, he stood up and he was like, "Does it make you happy that your blood doesn't affect me at all, and that I just did that for you?" That was really hot. He was a ridiculously hot man. I don't know. We see, it's like some of the best sex I've had has been with. I mean, I don't want to tell myself too much. Let's just say the type of dude who you have to remind to brush their teeth, or the type of dude where it's like, "Hey, did you remember to get your armpits in the shower as well? Not just like it's good you got the downstairs, but did you remember your armpits?" Or vice versa. Then those are the dudes who, sadly, will do the most amazing things in bed. You will just have to take a shower with them. I don't know. That's disgusting, I'm aware. But I mean, I remember this one guy I dated when I was 19. He was incredible in bed, but I remember the worst thing ever was when we were in his, yeah. So he was like 20 or so. He was with his parents for the summer cuz he was back from college and that's how we met. Let's just say I remember there were three loofahs. One that was pink, another that was orange, and another that was dark purple. And I remember the first time we ever had like some soapy, kinky shower sex, he got like the pink loofah and he was rubbing it all over my body and my ass and worshiping my fucking bony ass as if it was the most massive cake he has ever seen in his fucking life. It was a masterpiece. We had a lot of fun. It was hot in her. But then the next time we did round two of that, he grabbed the orange loofah. But my mind was playing tricks on me and I gaslit myself. I was like, was I tripping? No, I can't be tripping. There's no way he'd do some shit like that. Then the third time, dark purple is extremely different from hot pink. So I was like, "Yeah, nigga, what the fuck is this? Didn't you say some of these are from your parents?" And he was like, "Yeah, but what's the issue? Like, I'm still exfoliating and showering, right? I'm getting it in every hole, every area, and I'm washing you too." And I said, ew, I hate this memory so much. I had to explain to him, loofahs are known to trap bacteria. So I'll put it this way. Do you want your mom's like titty dandruff or your dad's like ball hair juices all over my nice luscious breasts? Do you want like whatever was in your dad's crack to be on my thighs or anything like, because like just picture that image. And then let's just say he stopped using any loofah aside from his own after that point. But it's like, who the fuck also white, ugh, like, why are you wiping your boogers on walls? Is that just I don't know if that's a thing that other cultures do, but I've seen that and it's like, what the fuck? But then it's like sometimes you'll see disgusting stupid ass shit like that and you're able to just kind of be like, "Hey, no, on the napkin in the bathroom, wash your hand now." Like, sometimes you're able to do that. Most of the time you're able to do that. Also, white men let you yell at them. In fact, no, you don't even have to yell at them. It's so funny. Like, if you're just a black person or a person in general who does not yell, then they're just like, "Holy shit, I want to marry her and have 5 kids." Like, they'll just be like, "This is the perfect woman. Look at her. Like, she is so kind and demure and sweet." Like, I don't know, if you're just someone who takes deep breaths or whatever, and then like talks as if you're Diane Carroll, then they're gonna fucking love you. If you evoke like original Aunt Viv from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, they're just like, "Holy shit, she's perfect. I love her so fast." It doesn't like they allegedly fall in love super fast, which is extremely funny. They do it by themselves. I've dated them. I have a lot of experience in this apartment. Like, they're the type of niggas where it's like, "Hey, I like you so much, we should have this first date be 9 days long. And also, no, you don't have to have sex with me, and I'm paying for every single fucking thing you can imagine. And you don't have to do shit, just exist." It's like, oh, you're insane. I like that. I don't know, sometimes you deal with bullshit from them, and then it just, like, I'll put it this way. Sometimes you'll just have moments where it's like, this guy's a little gross at times. But then you'll be like, but then again, a gross man would have to be the type of man who eats it during your period and then makes you squirt twice and then still keeps going. And then puts his entire tongue in your asshole. And like, it doesn't matter how hot of a day it's been, he will lick every crevice of your body, including your armpits. He will put your toes in your mouth, in his fucking mouth. He will be disgusting and nasty. And then on top of that, other freak shit. Like, what the fuck is knife play, dude? Like, oh my god. I've met niggas where they're just like, oh, hell yeah, I want to have your name cut into my body type shit. What? It's like then suddenly you don't give a fuck if a nigga cleans behind his ears every day or showers every other day. Because it's like, eh. It's because it's like if a nigga is taking you out for getting you food and also encouraging you to eat even more food, and then on top of that, he pays for the movie tickets or any event tickets you want, transportation, and then on top of that, like, I don't know, the type of niggas where it's like if you ask for a lift ride home, they're calling in. If you ask for a piece of jewelry or three, they're getting it. Like, it's like, yeah, this is great. We love it over here. We love it over here. Hell, even if you're having an off day, they won't give a fuck. But then again, I'm not going to expose myself. I already said the sweating metaphor. That's enough. You will not get more out of me. Like if you're but like what if you're depressed and your bedroom gets really messy or you have a depression bedroom? Like they don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter what is in that room. They do not give a fuck. As long as it's like, hey, we get to hang out at your place. They'll even help you clean it. They're very sweet. Like, I don't know, dating white boys is fun also because you just get to hear like the most wild shit come out of their mouths sometimes, like some obscene shit. Nothing racist. Well, okay. At least that was what I was gonna say at first. But then I kind of got a flashback to this one guy I dated. I remember we were watching Bridgerton with his daughter, and this nigga, unprovoked, just straight up said, there's too many black people in this show. And then me and his 9-year-old daughter, we said, bruh, at the exact same time. And I said, shut the fuck up, Dad. And he said, and his daughter was like, shut up, Dad, you're racist. And he was like, how is that racist? It's not historically accurate. And I had to teach him about the history of an estranged queen who actually possibly had African descent, who actually was one of the ancestors of Queen Elizabeth and whatnot. Sorry, I forgot what I was talking about for a second. But, oh yeah, white dudes believe that depression and anxiety and shit exist. For the most part. At least the ones I've dated. And I think that's cool. Also, I don't know. Meeting white men is so funny. Because, like, I don't know. Even the white trash ones, they're extremely fucking hysterical. Oh, wait, I remember what I was saying. Also, don't worry, I broke up with the Bridgerton guy, like, maybe a month or two after that. Actually, no, it was like a month after that. I remember now, because that was the last time I hung out with him and his daughter, because he tried some fucked up shit. I just think it's funny. I don't know, like, how do I put this? Have you ever watched a video by Owen Gray? If you are a woman, then the answer is probably yes. We love his content. And if you are a man, I don't see why you would, but hey, if you want to, just look up the words alphabet leg tattoo and watch one of the videos of him on the little orange and black website, and you will kind of, it's like, yeah, that right there, that's why I love a nice little slightly mentally unstable white boy. Holy shit. Oh yeah, I sent this in the other video, but I did meet a guy recently. He was so goddamn sweet. Like, but it was kind of funny. He came up to me at some point as I was talking about one of my friendships, past and present, and he was like, Tamia, did you ever notice that all of your friendships are like highly dysfunctional? But then, guess what? Give it. All we needed was like 2, 3 more days of hanging out and him drinking too much sherry at the fireplace, and this nigga was just straight up like, you are so strong for estranging your family. And he was crying and shit, and he was just like really, oh my god, like, for someone to beat a baby, oh, someone should fucking murder your mother. I would fucking kill your mother. And he was saying that while like blushing and crying his eyes out and hugging me. He was such a sweetie. It's like, that's so sweet. What the fuck though? Wow. He also had like 16 rifles and shit. Like, he was hot. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what my stance on gun control is, but I'm gonna say it. I think guns are kind of cool. I hate to admit it. It's like I don't think everyone should have access to a high fucking power rifle, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, if you could, even if you don't use it, it's just like, this is a cool thing to have as a backup. But I'm just saying. Then again, it's like, I don't think you should have a. I don't know. I actually remember I did ask him. It's like, do they make you take any mental health tests before you get a gun? And he, with his sexy, cold, dead, soulless Kubrick eyes, he was like, no, they don't. They don't require anything of that sort. I thought to myself, they fucking should, cause what the fuck. But you know, this was even then. This was in the stage where he was still mentally stable and nice around me. Like he was still always nice to me. I'm just saying. Either way, I should have told him, yeah, I can't have. I probably would never have a gun because I would just. I know what I would do with it, and it would not be pretty. And he was so chill about me saying that. Like he was like, yeah, understandable. I don't know. Dating white dudes is just like if you want all the fun and chaos of like any other race or demographic, but then there's also like a layer of like acceptance and stuff. It's hard to explain, or at least more than I already did. Like I don't know. Oh, family events with them are so fucking funny. I'm gonna say it. White families, at least the ones I've been with, they usually fucking hate each other. Like, I've even met black people who were put into, like, adoptive white homes. They, like, I remember this one girl, her name was Shazia. Saying her real name because fuck her. I let's just say she came out all school shootery and shit too. I remember she straight up bragged about to her mother. She was like, "If you don't get me what I want, then just so you know, I have some people and they have guns and I can make them fucking kill you." And she said that like unblinkingly with the straightest fucking face ever to me on some random Tuesday at our high school when we were alone. And she just bragged about threatening to kill her mother and how she got locked up in an insane asylum or like a mental ward or whatever for like fucking 3 days because of it, and how she fucking peer pressured her mother to buy her weed. She was like, if you don't buy me fucking weed, then I'm gonna like fucking get that shit from men in alleys who are gonna lace it with fucking crack, and then I'll be dead. Do you want me dead, mother? And then the mom would be like, no, no, sweetheart, I'll get you weed to be safe. I'm a cool mom. I remember I dated this one single black guy I have ever dated. I went black and I went back. I was like, never mind. And it's so funny because he was the most like watered down black type of guy you could ever fucking meet. But it was so funny. He would walk into his like big fucking like $3 million fucking big ass house in the safest neighborhood imaginable. Fucking rainbows and sunshine and dandelions and lilies and organic food and everything going well. Like nigga could afford like 8 Louis belts a week if he fucking wanted. I remember he strutted into the house of his dad as superintendent with a whole lot of money and seemingly good mental health. And his dad was like, oh, well, hey, Zach. How are you doing today? Hello, Tamia. How was your days at school? This nigga gonna walk in and say, shut the fuck up, dad. And then he walks past his dad and does this like Michael Jackson's Thriller smile in my direction as if I'm gonna be impressed by something like that. And then his dad was like, oh, Zach, hey, that's no way to speak to a parent. Come on now, be a little nice to me today. And then Zach just was like, and I said, shut the fuck up, dad. And it's like, what the fuck? And if you're wondering, how is Zachary's hygiene? Let's just say, anyone I remember I was very young when I first ever got a dick pic from him. I was like, hey y'all, what's it mean when there's like a really thick layer of like white stuff under the foreskin? Is that just like pre-cum? And every dude I knew instantly started retching super hard hearing that, and they said that is smegma, as in he does not pull back his foreskin and why you're supposed. That's the thing that men do to me. So if you see a man with that, fucking run. Especially if it's as thick as you described, like mucus. That's yeah. Just don't get involved with him. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Ew. I'm gonna say it. White people are not beating the bad at hygiene's allegations. Like holy fucking shit. See, that's why some of y'all smell like that in the rain. Oh, and Zach, yeah, he was such a strange kid. Always threw. It was weird. It was like I don't know. He just was so strange of a kid to me. Like he could be having a beautiful day in the most sunshiny part of town, no gun violence, no threats, no danger whatsoever. He would have a family that loves him enough to give him like fucking $100 a week if he asked, and then even then if he asked for more they would give it to him, no fucking problem. Like he got along with every single member of it. Like they didn't really have, and they really seemed to at least give a fuck about his mental health. And it's like it's just so funny that it's like two of the black kids I knew who got adopted by white families came out the same way of slightly homicidal. and like a whole lot of fucking money to blow and a whole lot of hatred for the world. Like, damn, what the fuck are y'all doing to these kids? Maybe y'all deserve to be called fucking cunts by your 14-year-old daughters. Holy shit. Like, what the hell? Then again, I think it's like an ingrained sort of passive aggressiveness. Because I actually remember years later, like, I kept in touch with my ex Zach's younger sister on Instagram. That was funny. Until I started exposing him online for misdeeds. Then she unfollowed naturally, but I don't give a fuck. She was a cute, sweet girl, though. She was adorable, and but I do remember it was one of those things where it's like she also was kind of being a dick because he, like, the dad asked her to do laundry like 3 days ago, and she had not tried whatsoever. But then also she was on the live talking to me, and she was taking like maybe two, she wasn't hopping up and doing it for like 2 minutes extra, so he kept like repeatedly hounding her over and over and over, and like a super passive aggressive, you know, I told you to do the laundry, and you still have yet to do the laundry, and I'm just wondering, why have you not done the laundry? And he would not let it go, even as like she was cleaning up other portions of her room and shit. And I don't know, you just kind of saw it escalate to her getting kind of whiny and irritable real fast, but you also see how the dad was kind of pushing her there because he was doing that thing where he just repeated the same sentences like 16 times. I remember I dealt with that one of the last times I was at Zach's house that summer, the final time I had been at his house. His, like, I remember, like, Zach was like, oh, hey, we were gonna go get some ice cream, and then, like, is it possible you could wait for, like, 10 minutes and give us a ride home? Or less than 5, because it's only a 5-minute walk. And then his dad was like, gee, I don't know, Zach, like, he just wouldn't say no. He just was like, we can't, I don't know. We do have to make it to Tessa's like music performance, and we might not have the time. So I don't. I just don't think we can. And we're both like, oh, it's fine. Yeah, that's cool. Like, Zach was a little more pissed about it. He was like, what the fuck? Are you like, you can't? And I was like, hey, Zach, it's chill. We can get ice cream another time. But the dad kind of repeated himself. He was like, oh no, I just don't think we have the time. Like, I don't. The time does not seem like it's had. And he kept extending his voice as if he was the fucking Cheshire Cat or some shit. And then, like, eventually me and Zach were like, okay, that's chill. It's fine. But then I guess he felt bad about being disappointed. And you know what this idiot decided to do? Repeat himself 16 more times to the point where even I got mad at his ass. It's like, and I just was wanted to be like, shut the fuck up, white boy. Drive me home then. Like, I got close to that point. Like, it's like, I see why Zach's kind of mean to him, actually. And I've said, actually, yeah, I remember the other guy I dated, Patrick, the guy who, Patrick number 1. I dated 2 Patricks back to back. It's a long story. But I remember with his ass. Oh, yeah, also white people kiss their, like, a dog will eat their own shit or, like, random pasta noodles and dirt out of a random corner of their house, and white people will see that and still kiss their dog on the mouth. Very disgusting. And then they will proceed to not brush their teeth for, like, fucking 2 days after. Or not, like, what the fuck is that? Ew. Like, see, it's kind of wild that it's like other races get fucked up racial stereotypes for hygiene, and then there's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, really? Let me not talk about it too much though, but I'm just like, really? I remember the patch number 1. I remember it was like almost midnight, and his family had his bedroom right next to his or whatever. But like it was like the way the layout was. His bedroom was like right here. The living room was here, but it was separated by one of those Japanese folding doors, and then his parents were right there. And he asked around like midnight, almost 1 a.m. He walked into their bedroom without knocking or anything. But they were in there reading their books quietly. And he was like, hey, Ma, I want to watch like TV in the living room. Is that all right? And then his mother was just like, oh, well, it is late. Like, we are going to go to bed soon. And, the TV would be so loud. And we wouldn't quite like, it is super late. Like, don't you two want to go to bed or do something else? Can't you watch it in your own room? And let's just say, like, that conversation just, I remember I was on the other side from his bedroom. I just heard him whisper, yelling, like, Mom! Mom! Just say fucking no! Mom! And mind you, this is like a grown-ass man who's like 20, 21. Maybe he was 22. He was a little bit older than me. But he was just like, oh my fucking God, Mom! Just say no! Just, like, he was fucking, he was seething and shit. And then his mom, I remember, like, let's just say shit escalated. The stereotype that white parents don't hit their kids is false. Let's just say it takes them a fucking while to do it. Because I remember he left that interaction and he was seething and shit, kind of hitting himself, wanting to punch a wall, and he just was like, she just couldn't say fucking no. Why the fuck couldn't she just say fucking no? Why she have to have such a condescending, passive aggressive attitude? Or she's such a fucking bitch. I hate her. I hate her. And then I was like, we have Netflix. We could just sign into your Netflix on your laptop. I bought my laptop. It's really not big of a deal. He was like, but I want to watch in the living room. He wasn't going to punch me, but he just was like seething, like the hulking out and shit. You saw the veins popping in his body? Like, okay, calm down, white devil. Calm your ass down. Calm. I was getting scared. It's like, but like, and also he was like, she kind of stood up as if she was gonna do something to me, and I kind of thought to myself, nigga, I would like my if he was in my shoes, any black mother or any other ethnic mother I knew would have like been like, fuck no, you see the time, get the fuck back in your room, don't ask some stupid shit like that, or just simply no. And then if you said why, it's like, because I said so. And then they would have got up quick as fuck if you dared to talk again. Like, they would have already been getting the belt or the chancla or the fucking wooden spoon or the back of their hand. They would have been like, bitch, what the fuck did I just say to you? I don't know. But yeah, I've even been, yeah, I've met multiple types of white people. They kind of just agree that it's like, white people don't fucking like you. They're like, even the dude I hung out with recently, he was like, dinner was not a big deal in our household. Like, it wasn't like a big, like, sit around the table and talk about your lives. It was just like, you exist and you sit down and you eat, and then you can eat in your room if you want, because we don't even want to fucking see you. And he just kind of talks about how white kids are just kind of made, not really for any other purpose. They just feel like they have to make them, like they should make them for the good of the planet, but they don't want kids, they don't care about kids. Like, it was depressing. This dude I was seeing recently, he even told me, he was like, yeah, his family paid for his college, but they didn't check in on him the entire time during college. And then, like, when he was gonna graduate college, he wasn't gonna invite them, but they also didn't even remotely fucking ask because they didn't give a shit. That's kind of sad and heartbreaking. Or I don't know, you'll just deal with, like, yeah, hell, my ex Liam's family. I've seen his older brother be like, shut the fuck up, mom, you fucking cunt. And it's like his mom was just asking him to wash his own dish. And like that, he can't just like keep flooding the sink with dishes and also being unemployed and sitting on his ass all day on the love seat, just like musty as fuck, unshowered, like pants sagging down on his bare flat white ass, mooning everyone when they walk by, smoking weed and not paying for it all the fucking time. Like, yeah, like his mom was letting him live in that big ass house rent free, eating any food he wants, and like doing what the fuck ever. What, like, really? He was sitting in the living room all day, like playing Xbox with the sound on while also having an overlapping audio of the Big Bang Theory playing 24 fucking 7 and nonstop filling the house with weed smoke and booty funk. And like all his mom was asking was for him to wash a dish. And he would just be like, shut the fuck up, mom, you stupid fat fucking cunt. I hate you. I hate you. And then I guess his mother was like, okay, since I can't get him to do it, hey, Liam, go wash your brother's dish. And that would be that. Like, oh my god, like, I remember I didn't even get revenge on this one ex who did me dirty. I was gonna, but then I remember I just, like, the last time I ever saw him, I overheard him telling him his dad. He was like, Dad, look, at my job at Lamps Plus, I'm the #1 seller in the whole fucking country. They're gonna give me an award for it and everything. I'm the best seller. I'm making the most money and getting the most sales. Like, I'm gonna get awarded. And his dad, I saw his dad in the kitchen. He was on his way to the fridge to get a beer. He just looks at his son and he's like, and he like, and just like huffs and stares at him silently for like 5 seconds, then turns back to the fridge, then walks to the living room, and then just turns on the TV in silence. Like, no award, no everything. I see why some of y'all be shooting up schools. Like, Jesus. Like, I mean, sorry, and obviously that's a joke. I see why y'all niggas be shooting up your families and yourselves. Like, yeah. Like, his own dad was acting like it was such a burden for his own kid to be talking to him, let alone expecting any sort of praise. Like, what the fuck? What kind of shit is that? And then they come from such fucked up families that I kind of see why they love bomb the shit out of me when they first meet me. They'll just be like, oh my god, look, It's a very cute girl who's very soft spoken. Oh, and you mean to tell, like, and all I have to do is, like, pay for everything? I was gonna do that anyway. I was just gonna stay at home, spending all my money on DoorDash and fucking beating my dick and watching anime. But you mean to tell me I could do that with a very hot, sexy, classy girl? Hell yeah, I wanna have like 5 kids with her off the bat and give her marriage and a house in the suburbs. And I'm gonna eat her ass. And I'm gonna eat her pussy. It doesn't matter what comes out of any crevice of her body, I am licking it. It's very surreal. Anyway, but yeah, shout out to white dudes and stuff. Good luck out